Welcome back to the Carbon Cardboard Podcast, covering the Formula One sports card hobby. Scott, got a great episode for everybody today. We are going to try out a new segment in this episode called This or That. First, Oscar Piastri.
That's right. Oscar, hot right now. I mean, not to spoil quick spoilers, but if you didn't see the sprint qualifying, Oscar absolutely flying, which has already messed up my predictions, which we'll go through later. But yeah, Oscar, half a second clear the field?
He loves the spa and the track too.
It is a long lap, so half a second here is, not quite as impressive as half a second in other places, but it's still very impressive. And Oscar coming back from the summer break, like you said, he likes spa and he looks like he is ready to go this weekend.
So, and his CADs are just as hot right now. PSA 10s. Right. Talked about that in the last episode. So we are going to cover some Oscar Piastri card talk, and then we're going to get into some of our predictions for the race. This should be dropping first thing Saturday morning before the actual sprint race. So we'll see how wrong we are with our predictions. But one of the really cool things that we've been doing lately, Scott, obviously this being a card focused Formula One podcast and YouTube production, you had a really good idea recently about, obviously, Oscar Piastri cards, PSA 10s, refractors, base sapphire. Like, those things are going to the moon right now. And I've said it before, I've had at least 5 or 6 individuals send me everything they had Oscar Piastri stuff that hadn't been graded yet, and we're looking for 10. So yeah, the pop most likely is going to get much larger in the near term, but that's just refractors and base sapphire and stuff. This or that first edition on the Carbon Cardboard Podcast, we're going to actually debate 2 cards, very similar. The flowchart, Scott, for the podcast. Good cards if there is a helmet or a flag or both.
2020. I feel like that's usually where the flowchart starts.
2020 is if 2020 yes or no, and if it's 2020 no, it needs to be a helmet or a flag. But anyways, very similar cards that we're going to be looking at here, Scott. But I have to ask you before we even get going, what is your definitive Oscar Piastri rookie card?
What's the best rookie card?
What would you consider his rookie card?
If you had 2023 stuff. Like, I'm not here for, I know there's like the 2022, 2021 tops now, like Formula 2 champion. They have the little rookie card on. I'm not there for that. I get it. But I think his rookie cards, when you're talking cards that you can get from a product, in a box, in packs, etc., 2023, Chrome, Sapphire, Dynasty, everything.
Any card in particular? I know Echelenza actually was the first.
That's true.
The Prodigio. I can't ever.
Prodigio. Yeah, because in the 2023 Echelenza set, he had 2 cards, right, that were portraits, and one of them is just like that base Echelenza portrait. It doesn't have a rookie card stamp. So odd. And then the other one is the Prodigio, which does, which is cool. I think that's a great card too. I think bread and butter, it's 2023 Chrome Sapphire portrait. Like, that is his rookie card. When you think of like Oscar rookie, it's that card, the portrait.
Number
40. And other cards from the 2023 set. And one of them we're going to be talking about here, and that's the 41.
So where I was going with that, Scott, is we're not here to debate, is this, the rookie card. It does help that it is a rookie card. But on screen, we are going to be looking at 2023 Topps Chrome Sapphire Edition, card number 41. Oscar Piastri with a rookie card stamp, helmet on, against a very similar but different style with a helmet on. 2024 Top Sapphire Helmet Collection. Not a rookie.
Not a rookie. Yeah, and on the screen, if you're watching on YouTube, or if you're not watching on YouTube, rather, we picked gold sapphire for both of these, just to make it equitable, right? Obviously, both of these cards are in chrome. They even have base of these cards, but we wanted to use one that was, you know, somewhat readily available, but also not like super high end and not, base. And I think gold kind of lands on a nice little balance here. And it helps that we just hit a gold sapphire 2023 helmet. And that's actually what spurred this on, because I posted this once we hit it, and I put a poll up and I said, this or the 2024 Sapphire Helmet Collection, who you got? And I had folks vote. So I'll reveal that later, how the community voted. But yeah, I'm curious, Bryan, who you taking?
So where I was going with my leading question about the rookie card being, in my estimation, it's being card number 40 across the Topps Chrome sets, both Sapphire and base chrome hobby. I really like card number 41, Scott.
Oh, really?
It's a decent photo.
Oh yeah.
Helmet on, harness on, even has the drink tube in. And like you said, it's from the waist up, has all the different things that check the box. Also has the rookie card stamp on it. But I actually prefer the helmet collection to the number 41. Now, here's where I'm going with this. If I have the disposable income to purchase a gold 2023 Oscar card, I'm gonna pay the 3x to get a portrait over having just the one of the, for some people, Scott, in the hobby call these like insert sets or alternate portraits and stuff.
Yeah,
like
portrait 2.
I mean, he had a car card as well. He also had one of his car photos in the pit lane. That was his 4 cards, in addition to the freshest 195. So it was 40, 41, 42, and 43, I think, was the car. I should know.
Yeah, I think they go all in a row, 40, 41, 42, 43.
But for me, the helmet collection, Scott, is not it doesn't have the rookie card stamp on it, but it is the first year of the insert. And as we've talked about, this insert, in my estimation, is at least second to track tags from what we've gotten so far. No surprise where I'm a big fan of it. But I think when you compare these two cards, I'm more willing to probably pay the extra for the helmet collection one, because I feel like it's a better photo. The helmet's more on focus there, and it's actually more rare because there's less of the parallels of it. So I don't know. That's where I'm going with it. How would you attack this, Scott?
Well, so first of all, it's interesting you say that, because they're actually very similarly priced. They're both roughly $750 right now. There was a sale, Oscar PSA 10 around 650, but it was a few months or a couple months ago. He had won a bit, but he hadn't won like a lot yet. So I think it's come up a little bit from that. And then an Oscar, there was just a PSA 9 that sold for like $450, $500, and an orange PSA 10 did $1,500. So you can assume gold PSA 10 maybe around $750 to $1,000. I'd say they're roughly equivalent for value right now. Right now, I think they're very similar. So there's at least that as a comparison where we kind of just get to say, okay, hey, all money is equal. Which one do we take? I think you make some good points, especially on it being the first year of the insert, because I think that's a big factor. I think if you look at track tags, if you look at image variations, especially from 2020, why do people collect them, right? It's because it's a set. People collect the track tags. I also think it's a manageable set, right? Because image variations 2020, I think people gravitate to because it's obviously it's first year, but it's a thematic element set. There's only 10 of them, so it's obtainable from like how many cards you have to acquire perspective. Track tags very similar. There's 15, and a few of them are kind of random F2 guys. Artem Markelov, Sean Jalil, come on. Sultan Ayam and Russian Time here. Like 15 attainable. If you look at something like World on Wheels in 2020, that's not very highly collectible as a set. People have them, they sell well, but they're nowhere near track tags. And it's because there's 25 of them, obviously the design and everything, but it becomes a real undertaking to try to put that together. So helmet collection, I think, is in that sweet spot of 15, right? I think 10 to 15 makes for like a very nice set. I actually wish they would do sets of 9, because then I think like you can bring in folks who aren't necessarily going to be buying slabs and everything. You get one binder page full and it's your set. But that's a discussion for another day. The reason I'm talking about this is because I think that adds to the helmet collection card, right? It makes it more collectible because there's a lot of them. This Oscar here, there isn't 15 different ones that you're trying to put together. But all that being said, I'm actually going to go the other way. I am going to take the rookie card. So the reason I'm going to take the 2023 rookie card is because I love this image. And for me, it's rare when there's an image that I like, an image of a driver in just like a base set kind of card that I like more than the portrait. And I actually like this image more than the portrait. You know me, I'm a helmet guy. So are you. But so like this, it's very aggressive image, like you said, with the neck harness still on and everything. And I think this card and the Lando Norris number 10, the Sergio Perez number 11, like those cards are Lando 6, maybe. Either way, the Lando helmet, Sergio Perez helmet, and this Oscar Piastri helmet, all of them from 2023. I think they were the real impetus for helmet collection set. I think because those 3 cards were so well received was the reason they went forward and made a set like helmet collection. So to me, this Oscar on the left, the 2023, is actually, the precursor, the prelogue to the Oscar Piastri helmet collection. I think it's a rookie card. And right now, because he's only got, 23, 24, and he's about to get 25, he's only got a couple sets. So like everything still feels really new. When we're like 5-10 years down the road, I think that rookie card stamp is going to matter a lot more. A lot more. And as popular as helmet collection is, I think it will fade at least a little bit, right? Like right now, it's extremely popular because it's the newest set and it's the hottest thing from the newest set. And we say newest set, I mean, it's been 8 months now, but it still is very popular. But yeah, I'm actually going to take the 2023 number 41. I do think it's close. And I think it's very polarizing because I know, like, for instance, F1 Ben, he thinks it's the 41. He thinks it's not even close. I think it is very close right now. I think that's one of the reasons they're similarly priced. And a lot of people are putting together the helmet collection gold sets. Nico Tomacelli put together all 45. I've put together all 45 of the golds out of 50 from Logo Fractor, Chrome, and Sapphire. And that's one of the things, right? All those set building. But yeah, I'm going with the rookie. I want the rookie card stamp, baby. Give it to me.
All right, final thought on this. So let's go back to 2020, and we just talked recently about George Russell and Max Verstappen. Check out the last episode there. In the 2020 set, you've got card number 192, George Russell, aka Spaceman George.
Oh yeah,
helmet on, the original number 41 Oscar Piastri style
very
card.
Similar.
Also Lando Norris, who at this point both he and Oscar, neither of them have won the world championship. He also has rookie cards with kind of alternate photos. He's got Sippy Cup. He doesn't have a helmet card, per se. But I just think now, with the hindsight of being several years down the road, again, great. Some of those have those alternate portraits. Still desirable, but I think a lot of what matters on this, Scott, is going to be on track results. I mean, ultimately, that's going to really what drives that. Yeah. But the cool part, and you mentioned so many different things that I'm super jealous of, but also a lot of kudos and respect. A lot of the time, we talk about the value of what these are and how much they cost and what they can go for to sell them. At the end of the day, let's just remember that we're collectors. And to get a set. I mean, kudos, my friend. All 45 of the golds. That's so cool.
Yeah. It was a lot. it was a lot. I think the last one I needed was Sergio Perez Chrome True Gold. And it took me 4 or 5 different copies of finding it. There was one I was going to get that was going to be a PSA 9 that I was going to send to you just to crack the slab for me, because I'm keeping them all raw, actually. But then I didn't win it, and so many missed auctions and angry nights, but finally got it done. Yeah, big shout out to everybody. I mean, gosh, I think I've probably bought gold, either logo, sapphire, chrome, helmet collection cards from over 20 people in the P1 Castle and F1 card community.
Yeah, I think your George logo, I think, came from, I think I may have sent you that one.
Probably. Yeah. And huge shout out to Spagoo. Brian, he was extremely helpful, especially towards the end. He was like, all right, what are the last ones you need? Let's get them, baby. He locked down actually the Joe Guan Yu for me, because I was like, dude, I'm not going to be around. I can't. There's no way I can be the auction. He's like, I got you. And
that's awesome.
He won it. Yeah. So it was funny. One of the funniest things actually was it took me forever to find a gold Lewis Hamilton True Gold from Chrome. And by the way, Chrome, so much harder than Logo or Sapphire. Logo and Sapphire were relatively compared to Chrome, easy, because they come out so much more often. When you're ripping those products, you see helmet collections all the time. You can rip an entire case of Chrome and not see a single colored helmet collection, let alone a gold of Oscar or of Lewis. And I was looking for Lewis at the time, lost a ton of auctions, and then finally found one. Grid Cards UK, actually, over in the UK, hit it for somebody, and I worked out a deal, bought it. And then not a week later, someone sent one to me on consignment. And I was like, oh, I would have just bought this from you. But yeah, it's what it is. But
very interesting debate. There's no right answer here. Down in the comments below, let us know, which one do you prefer and why?
So do you want to know how the Instagram community voted?
Yes, I do.
So how?
I also want to see. I want to see how our YouTube also votes here.
Definitely.
So comments down below.
Can we put a poll? Is that a thing? Can we? There's probably no way to do that, huh? We're new here.
I don't think I can.
Tell us in the comments. Yeah, why don't we do that? Tell us in the comments. How about this? This would be fun. All right. Tell us in the comments, and then I'm going to pick a random winner from the comments. Even if there's one person that comments, you win. Yeah, all you have to do is tell us which one you like, and I'll give you whichever of the two you like, I'll give you a base of it. A base Sapphire Oscar Piastri. Nothing crazy, but hey, it's like a $30 card. So
the base, or like you said, the 041. I don't know why I always do that. A lot of my numbering things in my databases and stuff, I do that, and also with the episode
gotta
counts.
Add the leading zero.
Gotta add leading zero. Card number 41 in Sapphire alone, like you said, that's like a $20-$25 card.
Yep. Yeah. So a small little give you, but yeah. So let us know in the comments.
So Scott, how did the Instagram community vote?
How do you think the Instagram community voted, Brian?
I probably saw the poll, but it's now close to midnight here on the East Coast, and I probably forget it. I'm gonna say
And it was a few days ago too.
So gosh, I missed that. I'm gonna say probably just simple math. I'm gonna say 60-40. I think people preferred the card number 41.
Bryan, that's pretty close. So it was card 41 that the community preferred. And there were a lot of votes on this, by the way. Hundreds of votes. And it was 63 to 37. Ooh. So pretty close to 60-40. So I'm in the majority. You're in the minority, Bryan.
Always
over here in the helmet collection. But I think, like I said, I think you did make some good points. I would counter at least one of them. I know you said that you'd like the image more. I disagree with that. I think the image on 41 is unbelievable. Like, it fills out the entire card. It's that perfect amount of, like, chest up, like, with the driver in there. Helmet collection I really do like, but I almost think it's a tiny bit too close. I know it's supposed to be centered on the helmet, but I mean, man, I just love the 41 image, and like the 192 with Russell. Those are just so striking. But yeah, that's why you're wrong, Bryan. That's why you're wrong.
It's all right. I got to make you look good in this podcast.
They're both great cards, though, by the way. If you've got either of those, they're amazing cards. So no hate here.
No, absolutely not. I'm actually really curious to see how the community votes here on YouTube. All right, Scott, let's wrap up the show talking about the Belgian Grand Prix, Spa, in my estimation, one of the best tracks on the calendar. It's just so beautiful there. Love the elevation changes. There's just so many iconic corners and hills, and it's awesome. So we are going to go through, make sure you get the picks in. I hope by the time this drops, hopefully you haven't missed it yet.
I think this is going to go out early, so you just got to get it in an hour before qualifying, right? And so qualifying, because again, we do have the sprint race coming up tomorrow. As of the time of recording this, we've already seen sprint qualifying in practice. And I'm trying to get the schedule up, and of course, I've got to update my app. But so that means that Saturday morning we're going to have the sprint race for the first thing, and then we're going to have qualifying. And as always, you've got to submit your picks an hour before qualifying. So technically you can wait until the end of the sprint race. But I think at this point you've seen sprint qualifying, you should be putting in your picks.
10 a.m. Eastern.
10 a.m. Eastern, exactly. So can we get this posted at 8 a.m., Bryan? Can you schedule it for 8 a.m.?
I'm gonna probably post this immediately, so it'll be there when people wake up.
Nighttime podcast.
Nighttime drop. But by the time it is officially now almost midnight, so it will be today by the time we wrap this up. Anyway, Scott, lots of great matchups here. Let's just go through these really quick fire. We don't have to go through each one in depth. We'll, again, like we normally do, we'll each pick our most confident and least confident.
Yep. So real quick going through them, we've got Lando against Fernando, battle of the Andos. We've got Oscar Piastri against Isaac Hadjar, battle of people going off in the rain in Australia. We've got Max Verstappen and George Russell, battle of the seat for 2026 Mercedes. Potentially has already been wrapped up. We've got Yuki Tsunoda against Nico Hülkenberg, Oliver Behrman against Pierre Gasly, Kimi Antonelli against Esteban Ocon, Charles Leclerc against Liam Lawson, Lewis Hamilton against Gabriel Bortoleto, Alexander Albon against Lance Stroll, and Carlos Sainz against Franco Colapinto. What are you thinking for your 10? What's your 10, slam dunk?
My slam dunk at this point, he looked absolutely phenomenal today, Scott, in sprint qualifying. I'm going to go with Oscar over the Hadj for my.
I like it.
How about you?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's hard to look past McLaren. It really is, just given how strong they are. But I do think that Charles Leclerc looks really, really good. And to be different, I'm going to put my 10 on Leclerc. I think he looked phenomenal. I know they just got a new raft of upgrades. And it took him a little bit to come to grips with the car. I think Hamilton's still needing a little extra time, but by the time we get through the race, and then to regular qualifying the race, I think Ferraris will be locked in, dialed in, and I am going to put 10 on Leclerc.
All right. My least confident, and I'm going to go
coin toss.
A little bit of a coin toss, but my chips are going to fall ever so slightly on Esti Bestie over Kimi Antonelli.
Wow. Okay. That's a little 2020.
The Haas looked really good today in sprint qualifying.
Oh my God.
With the very tiny rear wing, lots of downforce.
Yeah, that thing is, oh my God, they're a rocket in a straight line. I mean, the Stake did the same thing. Bortoleto and Hulkenberg really quick, but as Esteban Ocon P5 and Behrman P7 in sprint qualifying, it's insane. Kimi, obviously, I mean, sprint qualifying can be tricky. So Kimi had some trouble there, but okay. Wow, look at that. SD Bestie over Antonelli. I like that. For my one, man, this is tough.
It's really tough this week.
So I'm actually gonna go a little bit out of left field here. And I'm gonna pick, and this is not what I did in my predictions. But I'm gonna go out of left field. And I'm gonna pick George Russell over Max Verstappen. You never know. And I think by the time we get to Sunday, Mercedes will be locked in. I think Russell is going to be good in qualifying, whether it's dry or wet, which, by the way, forecast has been all over the place. It was supposed to be wet on Friday, then it's supposed to be wet on Saturday, then it's supposed to be monsoon on Sunday. And now, I don't know, because there was nothing today for at least F1 sessions. We'll have to see tomorrow and Sunday. But yeah, I'm putting the one on Georgie boy.
All right. And as you just alluded to, Scott, we're going to go through your race predictions. I will say,
which are already wrong.
Full disclaimer, partially wrong, but also these were posted on Instagram prior to today. So
obviously. Yep. Yeah. So of course we predicted Max to get sprint pole again. This was when the forecast was that we were going to have rain on Friday. So I was like, oh,
and Max is
rain.
Absolute
Max is a god in the rain,
maestro
especially in
the rain.
Yeah. Still did really well. P2,
second,
right? P2. Yeah, so he was there. My podium is going to be a shambles though, because I have Max, Lando, and Russell. Oscar is nowhere to be found. And
all right, with the benefit of hindsight, Scott, you have hindsight now of knowing where everyone qualified. Who would you repick for your podium here?
Oh, Oscar 1, Max 2, Leclerc 3. I actually think it's going to be straight up the way, or actually no, was Lando third? Lando out-qualified Leclerc, right? But I am going to put Leclerc in third. Yeah, that's how I'd do it. I don't know. Can't go back. We can't change the past.
Well, now we're right on the realm of this has yet to happen.
Here we go. So this has yet to happen. We're doing it live. But yeah, so for actual pole for the Belgian Grand Prix, for pole position, I'm taking Charles Leclerc. And I did this obviously days ago, right? Before I saw these results. And I actually feel even better about the results. Like with Leclerc was up there, man. Like I think if that Ferrari just gets a little bit more dialed in, I think he definitely will be in the running for pole, especially if it's dry. So yeah, I'm good with staying with this. I think it's going to be between the two McLarens, Max and Leclerc overall. But yeah, I like Leclerc in that spot. And then if he does take pole, I feel really good about this. If he doesn't take pole, then I probably don't. But I've got Oscar winning the race, Leclerc holding on to second, and Max in third. Again, I think the three of these guys definitely have a shot for a podium and potentially a win. Never know. Castle Call. And I feel really good about this one as well after seeing spring qualifying. But my Castle Call is that 4 teams are going to finish in the top 5, right? So I don't think we're going to, because I think both McLarens are going to be in the top 5, but I think we will get 3 different teams to round out that top 5 outside of Oscar and Lando. If I had to guess, I'm probably taking Max, Leclerc, and George Russell, but who knows? We may see Esteban Ocon in the top 5 the way this is going. But yeah, I think it's going to be a good race. I think, I'm a little worried about Oscar kind of just sailing off into the sunset. But I think even if he does, behind him will be very intriguing, especially if, a couple people maybe qualify ahead of Lando or something like that. If there's one McLaren ahead and one McLaren chasing, I think it'll be exciting. And yeah, a lot of teams brought upgrades. Max is a legend. So I think the other 3 teams up there are going to be battling it out.
It's going to be spicy. I'm really looking for, like I said, I love this track.
And racing is back, just in general. Like, it's been 3 weekends with no race. What is happening? This is crazy. Formula One, get it together. What are we doing? Summer break? What is this? Is this
and
like
then there will be a
unionized
true
now?
Yeah, then there will be a true summer break in August.
What are we doing? That's ridiculous.
Well, one more week in between, so we've already kind of got another preview of that in the middle of August. But good stuff, Scott. What's coming up in the castle?
Honestly, I mean, we've got shows on Whatnot and Fanatics and stuff, but at this point, it's all eyes and all initiatives are towards trade night at this point at the National. So we fly in Thursday and fly back out Sunday. We were thinking about driving, but it's just it's so long. It's 17 hours or something. It just can't be done. So we're gonna fly in. We're shipping a bunch of stuff. Trade night again Friday, August 1st, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. It's going to be a lot of fun. We've got a great space. We're announcing that next week. So all you got to know right now, it is within walking distance of the convention center. So it's very close. And it's going to be an awesome time. Really looking forward to it. Not only are you going to be able to see the most F1 cards you'll probably ever see in one place in your entire life, but you'll get to meet a ton of other collectors, like-minded individuals, F1 fans. So it's always a good time. We'll invite you virtually, Brian. We'll do a live stream. We'll FaceTime you.
I just couldn't not. Speaking of flights, I could not make it work, and hotels are another thing. I actually heard today, Scott, like people were like flipping hotels. Like
I heard that too. People are literally selling their hotels for
they're selling their hotel reservations for a profit.
Oh, that's wild.
The National is going to be huge. So again, if you have the opportunity to head to trade night, definitely do it. I mean, the way I was going to plan it, Scott, I wasn't even going to go into the National. I wasn't going to buy a ticket. I was going to go just for F1 trade night.
Yeah, a lot of people do. We'll probably swing by the National either Thursday or Friday, just see what's going on. It's impossible to like walk that entire place unless you're literally spending the entire day there. So we'll probably walk through some of it on Thursday, some of it on Friday, just say hello to people. See if there's any F1 out there. You never know. And then, yeah, we'll be gearing up for trade night.
All right. It is going to be a great time in the Formula One sports card hobby.
Absolutely. So we'll probably get one more episode out before we go, but then I'm like gone Wednesday and then we fly out Thursday. So it'd probably just be one. We'll see if we can sneak in a second, but probably one episode next week that'll be all around how the race went in Spa, and then looking forward to trade night. So super pumped.
Maybe it's another great week. Or that.
Yeah.
If you like this or that, let us know. I mean, it's a pretty easy topic, and we love to debate. So
yeah, there we go. And so far, it's me 1, you 0 because I won.
Also down below, not only pick, but regardless of whatever your pick was, who had the better analysis.
Argument.
Argument. Yeah, Scott still won. But anyway, Scott, let's get this show on the road.
Sure. All right, guys. Well, hey, really happy that it is race week once again. It's always a lot of fun, especially in the Legends chatting with everyone through the races. So enjoy the race weekend. And in the meantime, guys, collect your cardboard and keep it carbon.